He was known as the dean, the chairman, congressman, boss, JDD, John. Regardless of his title, John Dingell belonged to the people. Thank you to his family, especially to our Congresswoman Debbie Dingell and his son, Judge Chris Dingell, for sharing him with all of us. Downriver is known as Dingell Country, and you can see his influence everywhere, most recently with the International Wildlife Refuge, a project that was only possible because of his vision. He always said to put people first and to fight for what's right, to fight for justice and for jobs, for healthcare, our land, and our water. That's the example that he set for generations of leaders and elected officials, including me. And he saw his work as the longtime chair of the House's Energy and Commerce Committee as an opportunity to dig into improving the lives of his constituents and all Americans. Famously, when he was asked about his committee's jurisdiction, he'd point to the nearest globe and say all of that. But it was because of this ambitious vision that one obituary of Congressman Dingell could so fairly conclude, "You're living in the America John Dingell made." It was such an honor for me to work in his office when I was in college. You knew you were working for a living legend. Watching the congressman interact with his constituents was the highlight of my time there, and it gave me an example of how to truly serve others. He would always treat everybody with respect and ask questions about their lives because he knew that his job was to be their voice. He was someone who held so much power, yet he was one of the most approachable elected officials you would ever meet. That is a true gift. He had integrity and gave people a public servant that they could trust. He inspired me to think that it was possible to run for elected office, to serve others, and to remain grounded in the belief that people come first, always. When I first decided to run for office myself, I had asked the congressman if he had any advice to share. He said, "My friend, always run like you're 10 points behind, and tell the voters what you believe in, and listen to what they have to say. If you do that, it'll be just fine." Still being in awe that I could have a conversation like that with the dean, all I could say was, "Yes, sir." I knew the old Dingellism that if we were supposed to talk all the time, God would have given us 2 mouths and 1 ear. Needless to say, I listened, and I can report that yes, the congressman was correct. He was always willing to be a mentor and friend, transforming our region, our state, and its leadership for generations. We would not be where we are today if it weren't for John Dingell. At this divided time in our country's history, may we look to Congressman Dingell's life as proof that public service remains a noble calling, one that we must strive to answer as he did for so long. He knew that we can get things done for the people if we work together and remember that we hold power, not that we are powerful. We need to remember that our election victories do not give us that power, but our constituents give us their power, the power of the people and their voice to hold and represent. So thank you, Congressman, for your service, for your sacrifice, for your leadership, and for being a man for others. Michigan is better because of it.